Okay, so I hope I'm audible. All right, so just a second. All right. Okay, so today's session will be discussing about the genetics basic with the MCQs. All right. Okay. So before I start, let me introduce myself. I'm Vani Kari, biology educator at Unacademy. I'm an engineer with bachelor's and master's degree in biotechnology and a B.Ed degree. Also a founder of a startup where I grow microgreens by vertical farming technology. So join with us in Telegram for homework and class notes. You can join the channel Vani Kari ICSE Class 9 and 10 Biology. Okay. And the Telegram link of Unacademy, ICSE and ISC both. So this you will find in the description box. Join the channel. So special classes, we conduct special classes on Unacademy platform. Which are absolutely free. Okay, so you can learn from your favorite educator. So after a particular topic is done, so we'll be conducting a poll as well, that is quiz as well. So you will have access to those quizzes as well, like these are absolutely free again. And after the quiz is done, so we'll be sharing the leaderboard. One second, so this is not writing. Yeah, so we'll be sharing the leaderboard so that you can know your rank and compete with your friends as well. Okay, so one second, let me just check. This one is not writing the curse. Okay, I was saying about this. So basically there is a question tab as well. Okay, so where you can type in your question and attach an image and send it to the educator during a live session. So they'll be getting a notification and will be clearing your doubt. Okay, so for the top special classes, you can visit the link that you can find in the description box. Now Unacademy subscription features, so you can learn live from the comfort of your home. Unlimited access to all the courses will be there, like different educators will come up with different courses. So you will have access to all the courses once you take the subscription. Then top educators of India are going to take the classes in one platform, that is Unacademy platform. Then there is regular doubt clearing session. So after about every 3 sessions, the 4th session will be your doubt clearing session. Okay, so any doubt you have related to the topics that are previously covered, so you can clear your doubt in this session. Then complete syllabus will be covered, mentorship and guidance is given, study material is given, practice tests, live test series and batch courses. There is a batch in English, there is a batch in Hindi, there is a batch in English. So you will have access to all the batches once you take the subscription. Okay, along with that there is a daily practice section that you can find, weekly mock test series, also live quizzes, daily MCQ and subjective test series also will be there. So if you are planning to take the subscription, so this is for class 10, so you can try with 3 months of subscription. Okay, so since this is the very beginning of your class 10 and also there is a price hike that is going to occur soon, so it is the best time that you can go for the subscription as the prices are less comparatively. So you can go for the 12 months of subscription. So for 12 months it is around 15k, and with the code, like you need to apply a code VANIYT. So with this code you will be getting a 10% discount where it is going to get reduced to 13.5k with the referral code VANIYT. So if you are planning to take the subscription, so you can make it faster because there is a price hike that is going to happen. And don't forget to mention the referral code. So this is the best time that you can go for the subscription as this is the very beginning of your class 10. Okay, so you will be and also actually the prices are also less now, so as there is a race soon which you can see, so that is why it's better to go for the subscription now itself. And don't forget to mention the code because only with the referral code you will be getting 10% discount. So all the questions that I have added here, so these are taken from the R&D publication. Okay, so let's get started. So you can see the questions. Okay, so in a pea plant, so a pea plant is given, so that is the gene T, so that is for the tallness. Okay, so this one is the dominant ones which is there for the tallness. Okay, and is dominant over the gene for the dwarfness. Okay, so that is dominant, I mean recessive allele is this one. Okay, so now if two heterozygous individuals, okay, so what they are asking, a heterozygous individuals are crossed. So what is that heterozygous individual? So now you know this is a heterozygous because you can find one dominant allele and one recessive allele. So which is homozygous then? So this one is a homozygous, this also is a homozygous. Okay, so because you can find both of them dominant, both of them recessive, so that means this is a homozygous condition. Okay, so now what they are asking, so they are asking that if you are crossing a heterozygous individual, so what would be the answer in this? Okay, so let's make a cross here. So this is a heterozygous individual which is a product of the F1 generation after crossing the pure tall plant and a pure dwarf plant. So in that case we can see that this would be the product. So let's make a cross for this. I'll just erase this. So let's see. Okay, so here itself. Okay, so now you can see that the T is crossed with the heterozygous TT is crossed with the heterozygous TT. So let's put up a Punnett square and see this. So we can see that the individual or the progenies that are going to be produced. So there is TT here, then you can see TT here, so then you can see a heterozygous TT, and then you know homozygous TT. So now what is that they have given the option? A phenotypic and genotypic ratio will be same, which is not same. Okay, so genotypic ratio is never 3:1, so it is 1:2:1. The phenotypic ratio would be 3. Okay, and 1 is tall. Okay, so this is, you know, the phenotypic ratio you can find that 3 is tall, and I mean see 3 is dwarf they have given, so that means this is also wrong. So 25% of the individuals would be dwarf, so this is the right one. So you can see that, so out of 100%, so this is 100% now, so 75% you can find, so this is 75% of them are all tall here. Okay, so remaining 25%, what is this? So this is dwarf, so this is 25% and this is dwarf, so we can go with the option D here. Okay, so this is for a heterozygous cross that they have asked to do. Okay, so let's go with this. So here the phenotypic ratio, if we have to write, okay, so now you know phenotypic ratio for this one is 3:1. So why it is 3:1? Because 3 of them are tall and 1 of it is dwarf. Okay, so it is a phenotypic ratio. Now genotypic ratio, if we have to write for this, you can find 1 of it is homozygous tall. Okay, so 2 of them are heterozygous tall because they have a different alleles here. Then and again 1 of them is a homozygous dwarf. Okay, because both the alleles are same here, so it is a homozygous dwarf. So this is a genotypic ratio, that is 1:2:1. So let's go to the next question. Just a second. Okay, so when AA individual, okay, so that is the individual is A, is crossed with the homozygous dominant, so that is A, the phenotypic ratio of the offspring will be, like, you know, of the progeny will be. Okay, so they are asking about a ratio now. So let's make a cross. So what are they saying? So they are saying a homozygous is crossed with a heterozygous. So now this one is a heterozygous which is crossed with the homozygous. Okay, so this is a homozygous. So let's put up a Punnett square for this as well, and let's see this part. So we'll do the Punnett square, and they are asking the phenotypic ratio here. So AA is there, then you can see again AA here, then you can see one more AA, and the other one is AA. Okay, So now you can see that, so phenotype is basically, so you know, all of them are dominant type. So you can see here, so when A is individual, so that is crossed with the homozygous dominant A, the phenotypic ratio of the progeny. So now you can see here also dominant ones. This is also dominant one. This is also dominant. So this is only recessive. That means one dominant is there. So this is going to be dominant itself. Here also one dominant is there. So that means this is also dominant. So all the four are dominant type. So we can say that this is the answer. So D is the answer for this one. As you can find, all of them are dominant alleles. Okay, so these are like, you know, since there is one allele also which is dominating, so this is going to express a dominant character itself. So that means this is a dominant type. Okay, so all of them are dominant. So let's have a look at the other one. Are you all understanding? Any doubt? So next question is the typical phenotypic monohybrid ratio. So that means only one of the character is taken for the study. Okay, so only one character is taken for a study, so that we call as a monohybrid cross. Okay, so now you know a typical phenotypic monohybrid ratio of F2 in a Mendel's experiment. So what is that Mendel's experiment? So F1 generation we did the cross for this, okay, and what we actually obtained after the cross was done, so we obtained this as the product. So now you know the F2 generation, so this is for the F1 generation. Now we need to make the F2 generation. That means we are crossing this and this. Okay, so that means heterozygous tall we are crossing. So you will just put up a Punnett square for this as well, and let's see this case. Okay, so now you can see that there is TT, there is TT heterozygous. So this is again a heterozygous TT, and this is a homozygous TT recessive type. Okay, so now what is it as? Phenotypic monohybrid ratio. So what is the phenotype? You can see that these three are being tall. Okay, because there is one dominant allele, so this is going to be tall, the other one being dwarf, so that means it is 3:1. Okay, so all the three of them are tall. So you can find both of the alleles are here a recessive allele. That means this is going to be a dwarf one or a short one. So this plant is short, the rest of the plants are actually tall plants, because you can find one of the allele to be dominant. That means all of them are going to be tall itself. So 3:1 is the answer. So answer for this one being B. Okay, any doubt till here? Is this clear? Shall I go with the next one? Okay, one second. Okay, so now the question is, so let me just check. Okay, all right, so no doubt, right? Okay, so now if a pure tall plant, so they have taken a pure tall plant which is crossed with a dwarf plant. So they have made a cross with a tall plant and a dwarf plant. The offspring here will be, okay, so pure tall plant is made a cross with the dwarf plant. Okay, so now we will have to see this part. So that is again a crossing has to be done. So pure tall plant is this one. So this is a pure tall plant. So this is a pure tall, I mean dwarf plant. So now let's see this. So this is all the conditions. So we are going to get this combination. That is all of them are heterozygous tall. Okay, so all of them are what? All of them are heterozygous tall. That means out of all these options, we can only go with this option. So there is no 50% tall, 50% dwarf, or there is no this ratio, there is no this one. So all of them are tall itself. So we can go with the all tall. So all the progenies who are produced here, so all of them are tall. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay, So a plant with yellow pod, okay, so they have given a yellow pod here. So a plant with yellow pod and a wrinkle seed with genotype YYRR will give rise to a following type of a gamete. Okay, so what they have said here, so plant with yellow pod, so that is a yellow pod and a wrinkle seed is given. Okay, so genotype is what? YYRR. So this is the combination that they have given here. So this will give rise to a following type of the gamete. So let's do this one. So they have already given this genotype. Okay, so all we need to do is make a combination here. So you can see here two of them are separate, like one is capital and one is small. So we will write this as YY, and the other one is just like both of them are same, so we'll be taking only one. So let's make a cross. So for this, okay, 1 second. Okay, so you can see this being RY, okay, and the other one being RY, or you can just write it as YR like this. Okay, or you can also write it as a YR like this. So let's see this part. I'll just erase this one. Okay, so now you can see here, so there is a YR, the other one is YR. So where do you find that combination? So you can find here, it is not there, so this is the one. Okay, so this is the answer, like these are the gametes. So already they have given this combination, that being the genotype being this one. So how are you going to form a gamete? So they are asking you to form a type of a gamete, so you need to know what is the gamete there. So in that case you can see that this is same. Okay, so you will be taking only one. These two are different here, so that means Y is there, small y, capital Y is there. So you will be just making a combination like this. So whatever combination that you are able to generate, so these are the gametes. So here are the gametes. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay, just a second. Okay, so now which of the following gave rise to a normal human female? So who is having which is a normal human female? So now in case of a female, what chromosomes do you find? Any of you? So what chromosomes are there in a female body? No idea? What chromosomes you can find? Okay, so now in case of D, 23 pairs of autosomes and XX. So which one of the following give rise to a normal human female? So this is we have only 23 pairs. Okay, so that means 23 pairs of chromosomes are there in our body. So out of which 22 pairs are autosomes. Okay, so 22 pairs are autosomes. The last pair what you find, that is the 23rd pair. So last one pair, or we can also say that this is the 23rd pair which is there. So that is going to be XX or it is going to be XY. So depending on whether there is a male or a female. So now for 23 pair means it is what? It is a 46 chromosome. Okay, so which one of the following give rise to a normal human female? So this is the answer, that is 22 pairs of autosomes you can find, and the last pair being the X and X. Okay, so in that case 22 pair means it is basically 44 chromosome. This is the 45th chromosome and this is the 46th chromosome. So total a female when we mention, so 46 chromosomes are there. So be it a male also, it is basically 46. So overall we have 46. So it is 22 pairs of autosome and then a XX. Is this clear? Any doubt in this one? So any doubt you have, you can ask. Okay, so I'll go with the next one if that is the case. Okay, so no doubt, right? I think Molly Kumari, right? Yeah. All right. So let's go with the next one. So that is with respect to Hemophiliac Man. Okay, so now what is the question is, a hemophiliac man marries a normal homozygous woman. Okay, so women is what? Women is actually normal. Okay, so she is a normal individual. Hemophiliac man is there. Okay, so in that case, hemophiliac man, how are we going to represent? So this is the hemophiliac man. So we are writing a H there just to represent that he is having a faulty chromosome. Okay, so now what is the probability that their son will be hemophiliac? Okay, so let's make a cross for this. So this is a normal female, this one is a hemophiliac male. So let's make a cross. XX is taken here, the other one is XHY. Okay, so in this case, let's put up a Punnett square again. Okay, so you can see that there is XHX, there is XHX, then there is XY, and then there is XY. So you can see that this female, okay, so this side it is a female, okay, and the other side it is a male. So what is the question that they have asked? Probability that their son will be hemophiliac. So son is not going to get any disease because father is having a disease. So if a father is having a disorder, okay, so in that case only the daughter is going to get a disease. Okay, that is because the hemophilia, or when we mention X-linked inheritance, so X-linked inheritance is called as a crisscross inheritance also. Okay, so what is the meaning of crisscross inheritance? So crisscross inheritance meaning is that if father is having a disease, so he is going to pass his disease to the son, okay, I mean daughter. So let me just write this here. Yeah, so he is going to pass the disease to the daughter. Okay, so this is for the daughter. Now if a mother is having a disorder, okay, so mother is having a disorder, so in that case she is going to pass her disease to the son. Okay, so in that case we call this X-linked inheritance as a crisscross inheritance. So that means you can see here, so father is affected, so daughter is becoming a carrier. Okay, so she is not having a disorder, but she is having a faulty gene. So in that case she is a carrier, but son is completely normal. Okay, so we can go with the answer 0. So there is a 0% probability that the son will not have a disorder. So there is no son having a disorder. So option D we can go with. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Is this clear? The previous question, this one is clear. Any doubt? So any doubt you have, you can ask. No doubt? Shall I go with the next one? I'll go with the next one. So that is, what is the probability that their daughter will be hemophiliac if mother is not a carrier? Okay, so they have not said whether the father is carrier or not. So they are just saying, I mean, father is, whether father is having a disease or not, that they have not said, but they have just said that the mother is not a carrier. Okay, so what is the probability that they are asking? So let's make a condition here. So let's say mother is now completely normal because she is not a carrier. That means she has a normal chromosome, which is a XX. Now what they are asking, so mother is not hemophiliac, but there is a chance that the father might be hemophiliac again. So same thing it is. So in that case we can say that, what is the question? So what is the probability that their daughter will be hemophiliac? So in that case let's make up a cross again here for this XHY. So you can see that the daughter is never going to be hemophiliac here because she is just a carrier. So she is going to be a carrier here. So this is a normal one. So they are asking about a daughter now. So that also is a 0%. Okay, why it is 0%? Because mother is normal. Okay, father is anyway, he is hemophiliac, but the condition is that both the genes are not affected. So daughter can have a disorder only when both of the X chromosomes are affected. So here you can see that only one X chromosome is affected, the other chromosome is normal, that means she is a carrier. So there is no hemophiliac daughter, so this is not a hemophilia. So in that case we can go with the 0% again. Is this clear? Next one is with respect to color blindness. Just a second. Okay. Okay, so let's see this part. A female would be colorblind. Okay, so only if only father is colorblind, only mother is colorblind. So they are asking about female would be colorblind. So when is the female going to be colorblind? So only if mother is a carrier, father is normal. Mother is carrier but the father is colorblind. Okay, so let's have a look at this case study now. So let's say mother is a carrier. Okay, so we are going with this option because female can be colorblind only if both of her genes are affected, both of her chromosomes are affected. Okay, so now this is a mother. Okay, so mother is what? Mother is a carrier. Okay, so we'll go with this option also, father. So father is colorblind. So let's say now father is colorblind. So this is a colorblind father. Alright, so let's put up a Punnett square for this as well. So XCX, then there is XCY. So you can see in this part, so we'll do this part. Now you can see there is XC. Okay, so that means both the genes are affected. So female would be colorblind only if a mother is a carrier and father is a colorblind. So here you can see this child, this daughter who is there. So she is colorblind. Okay, the other case if we have to see, so other cases are, you can see that there is a XCX, the other one here there is a XCY, then one more thing is basically XY. So you can see in all of these cases, so this one is anyway colorblind, this is also colorblind because this is a son, only one X chromosome is there. So because this is going to express itself fully, the other one X chromosome is not there to dominate the action. So even if one chromosome is affected in a male, so he is going to have a disorder. So that is why it is said that the hemophilia or the color blindness, when we mention, so they will have a disease. Okay, so male is going to have this condition or a disease because male is having only one X chromosome, female is having two of the X chromosomes. So even if one is affected, the other one is going to dominate. So here this is now a carrier, the other one here is normal. Okay, so this is a normal. So we can say that this is the answer. So that is mother is a carrier but the father is a colorblind. Any doubt? Is this clear? Okay, so now the question is, just a second. Okay, so gamete contains one of the following. So the question is basically gamete contains one of the following. Okay, so both the alleles of a gene, only one allele of a gene, all the alleles of a gene, many alleles of a gene. Okay, so this is with respect to a gamete. So now there is X chromosome if we are saying. So this is X chromosome, this is X chromosome. So this is going to undergo independent assortment. So here one X chromosome is coming, here one X chromosome is coming. So that means 2N is getting reduced to N and N here. Okay, so in that case this is having one gene. Okay, so here is the gene. The alternative form is basically a allele. So this is one allele now. Okay, and here you can find another allele. So that means a gamete. So now this is a gamete, so either it can be egg or a sperm. Okay, so now this can be X or a Y. Okay, so in that case here also this can be egg or a sperm. So in that case we can say that so only one allele of a gene you can find, so the other one is present in the other gamete. Okay, so in that case only one allele you can find, so this is the right answer. So let's go with the next one. Okay, one second. All right, so let's have a look at this. Okay, so now if tall plant, okay, so they have mentioned if tall is dominant over the dwarf, okay, and round seeds are dominant over the wrinkled seed, the genotype of a true breeding tall plant with wrinkled seed would be. So now what they have said, so there is a tall plant which is a dominant one and round seed is also there. Okay, so which is actually a round one. So this is for tall and this is for round. Okay, so in both of these condition, so now this is a dominant over a wrinkled wing. But now they are asking that the genotype of a true breeding tall plant. So true breeding tall plant is this one and with the wrinkled seed. So they are asking there is a wrinkled seed also. So wrinkled seed means this has to be this only. Okay, so that means the answer for, because they are saying not a round seed but a wrinkled seed. So wrinkled seed is going to express itself only when it is in a homozygous condition. So heterozygous condition it won't express itself. So this is the answer, that is TTRR. Okay, hi Barenya, good evening. How are you? How is the preparation going on for your exam? Okay, so next example which is mentioned here. So fine, all right. So I think on 17th, that is Tuesday, right? So Tuesday you are having exam. Yeah, so you did not attend the special class today, that is doubt session was there, but anyway that's fine, that's totally fine. Monday I have one more doubt session. Okay, so that is I think around 3 p.m. maybe, I'm not sure. Okay, so anyway I'll inform it on my Telegram. So any doubt you have, you can attend that session as well and you can clear your doubt. Okay, so that is on Monday, you can take up that session. So that is at 11 a.m. I guess, that is in the morning the session is there. Okay, so you had logged out from your account, so you are not even taking up special classes. Okay, fine, that's okay. All right, so let's have a look at this. So in the example given above, so that is if the genotype is TT, okay, so genotype is TT and RR, so the phenotype would be, so what is this? TT means it is dwarf, okay, and round is for what? RR, so this is for round. So since you can find one dominant there, one recessive there, so dominant will be expressing, so this is going to be dwarf and round. So where do you find a dwarf and round here? So it is dwarf and round. So this is the right answer. Okay, so in the example given above, so that was the previous one, so you could see that there was a tall plant. So tall you will represent like this. So this one is dwarf, so heterozygous tall we will show like this. Now they are saying that the round is this one, wrinkled is this one, heterozygous round is this one. So now they have given these two as the condition. Okay, so now you can see that this is for dwarf. Okay, so this is for dwarf, this is heterozygous round, so that is dwarf and round. So this is the answer. Okay. Okay, so no, I had to prepare for the other subject. So bio is the last one, no? Bio is the last paper you have. Okay, so let's have a look at the other one. So which one of the following is the phenotypic monohybrid ratio? So that is in a F2 generation. So what is that phenotypic monohybrid ratio? So that means we are taking only one character. So let's say this is the character that we are taking as a height. Okay, so in that case, all of them in F1 generation, all of them are going to be heterozygous tall. Okay, so this is a heterozygous tall. Now what they are asking about the F2 generation. Okay, so now we need to make a cross between these itself. So that is TT, we are going to make a cross with the TT. So this is for a heterozygous. Okay, so IT is the last one. Okay, so I had no idea about this. All right, so okay, fine. Okay, so now like this is the one, so that is TT we need to make a cross with. So let's put up a Punnett square for this. So there is TT now. Okay, so here you can see that, so TT is this, that is homozygous TT, heterozygous TT, here also heterozygous TT, and homozygous TT. So that means phenotypic ratio, you can see that the 3 of them are tall and 1 of it is dwarf. Okay, so we can see, like when we observe this plant, so phenotypic ratio is going to be 3:1. So we can go with this particular answer, that is 3:1. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Okay, so now if a pure tall plant is crossed with a pure dwarf plant, okay, so what would be the condition? So pure tall plant is crossed with a pure dwarf plant. Okay, so that is TT here, so we are making a cross, so we would get all of them to be heterozygous tall. So that means all of them are tall, so this is the answer. Okay, so let's go with the next one. The 9:3:3:1. Okay, so this is the dihybrid ratio, which is due to segregation, which might be due to crossing over, or a independent assortment, or a homologous pair. So which is the correct one, like correct answer for this? So 9:3:3:1. So this hybrid ratio, that is dihybrid ratio, you will find according to what? Any idea? When can we get this kind of ratio? So that is only when 2 characters are taken. Okay, so 2 characters are taken for a study, so that means it is a independent assortment. So for dihybrid cross, okay, so for dihybrid cross, it is always a law of independent assortment. Okay, for monohybrid cross, what is it? So for monohybrid cross, we can say that, so there is a law of dominance. Okay, so law of dominance is applicable, as well as law of purity of gametes, or law of segregation also we can say. So these are applicable for a monohybrid cross. For a dihybrid cross, it is always a law of independent assortment. Now we are getting this particular ratio, so that is because it is a dihybrid cross. For dihybrid cross, always a independent assortment law is applicable. Rest of the things, these are not applicable because they are not gamete. So if a gamete formation is occurring, so there might be different condition, but for the body feature, it is always a law of independent assortment. Okay. Hi Mahi, good evening. So let's have a look at the other one. Just a second. Okay, so now what they have mentioned here, a plant with the green pod. Okay, so they have given a green pod, which is mentioned as this one. Okay, and smooth seed they have mentioned. Okay, so smooth seed is given as this one, so this is the genotype which is given there. Okay, so which will give rise to a following gametes. So now we need to form the gametes here, so we need to know what is the gamete in order to make a cross. Okay, so how are you going to make a gamete here? Now they have given only the genotype, so you need to form a gamete so that you can go for the crossing. Okay, so now you can see that this this is a different one, that means this is a dominant one, so that you are writing separately. Okay, and this is a recessive one, so that you are writing separately. And here what is mentioned, so two of them are same, that is, so it is a recessive type, so it is yes only. So there is only one we can take from this pair because both are same, so there is no dominant or a recessive here, so we can take this as the same one, so that is only one S. Okay, so our board of bio is on 17th. Yes, so board bio exam is on 17th. Yes, so option A, yes, we will see that. So now you can see that option A cannot be the answer, so I'll just explain you this. Now we need to make a cross for this. Okay, so now you know only yes you have taken, so now yes you are going to make a cross with G, so that is yes, G is one of it. Now another, like this same yes we are taking and we are going to make a cross with G. Okay, so that means G yes. So what is the condition here? So GS you can find and SG you can find, or you can just write it as GS or the other one as a GS. Okay, so where can you find this one? So this is the one, right? So GS and the GS, so rest of them are having a different combination, so these are the gametes. Okay, so gamete option C is the correct one. So how are you going to form a gamete? So you need to take the different gametes from the given combination. So let's say the previous one also, one which is given in your textbook, so that is RRYY is given. No, now for this also you need to form a gamete. So how are you going to make a cross? So first you are considering only one R, so that you are making a cross here. So RY is there, so this is one gamete. So now same R is taken, so that you are crossing with the another Y here, so that means RY. Okay, and now you will go for the next R. So next R you are taking, so in that case this R and this Y, so that means R and Y. Okay, and the other one also, so the same R and this Y, so in that case RY. So this is how you will form the gametes, and that itself you are crossing for the dihybrid cross. Okay, so in that case you have seen that you will put a Punnett square, so you will write these gametes on one side. So even let's say this might be confusing, so there is one particular trick that you can use for this as well. Okay, so I'll just erase this part. Okay, so now let's say you might not remember like how to do that, but that is the better one that you need to go for. Or otherwise directly also you can write a gamete like this. This is RR. Okay, so one capital Y, one small y, one capital Y, one small y. So you can write it. So these are the gametes, which is usually not accepted. So you shouldn't do it like this. So this is just a trick in case you don't remember something. Okay, or otherwise it is always it is convenient to go for the crossing like this, where you will be forming the gametes as such. Okay, then you will be going with this gamete. So then only you can write RY, then RY, then RY, and this is the RY. So this is how you are going to form a gamete. Okay, so same is applicable for this as well. So since both of them are same, so we'll be taking only one there. Okay, so now discipline. Okay, so this is the discipline which deals with the study of transmission of character. So that is from parents to the offspring. So that we call as evolution, the genetics, the variation, and then the similarity. So what is that? Discipline which deals with the study of transmission of characters. Any idea? So all the best. So those who are having your exam on 17th, all the best, study well. So anyway, doubt session, I'm conducting one doubt session on 16th, that is 17th you have your exam. So 16th is a doubt session. Okay, so 16th doubt session I think at 11 a.m. Okay, so 11 a.m. so that is basically on Unacademy platform. Okay, so you can take up the special class that we are taking. So any doubt you have, you can clear it out on this day, that is on 16th. So that is for those learners who are writing their exam on the 17th. So any doubt you have related to the topics that are covered, like term 2 topics, so you can clear your doubt in this session. So that is 11 a.m. on 16th. Okay, so that is on Monday. Okay, so let's go with the next one. So answer for this one is genetics. Okay, so discipline which deals with the study of transmission of character from that is from parents to the offspring. So it is the genetics. Okay, so let's go with the next one. So transfer of characters from parents to their offspring, so that we call as heredity. The term is heredity, but when we on the whole when we mention, so that can be called as a genetic. Okay, so transfer of character from parents to their offspring, so this is called as a heredity. All right, so let's go with the next one. Okay, so now the question is morphological differences. Okay, what differences you can find? Morphological differences between parents and then the offspring. So these are called, okay, so morphological difference between parent and the offspring. So what is it called? Any of you? Idea? Okay, so you know that difference which is it, so that we call as a variation. Okay, so morphological difference that you can find between the parent and the offspring, so that we call as a variation. All right, so moving on to the next one. Which of the following terms represent alternate forms of a gene? So what is that alternative form of a gene? Okay, so which one of the following terms represent alternate forms of a gene? Okay, so alternate forms of a gene. So gene is there, okay, and gene is responsible for expression of a particular character. Okay, so there is a character. So now alternative form of a character is basically a trait, so which is represented, like, you know, which is expressed by a alternative form of a gene. So what might be the answer for this one? Anybody has any idea? So trait is there, so this is the trait. Okay, so here, you know, alternative form of a gene is a allele. Okay, so allele is there, so this allele is going to express itself. So now allele is responsible for expression of one of the trait, the other allele is responsible for expression of the other trait. So we can say that the alternative form of a gene is basically a allele. Okay, so in a recessive gene, okay, so this is about the recessive gene, so is one that expresses itself. So this is only for a recessive gene. So when is the recessive gene which is going to express itself in what condition? Okay, so this was asked in the year 2013. Okay, so whether it will express itself in a heterozygous condition, whether it will express itself in a homozygous condition, or F2 generation, or Y-linked inheritance. So where exactly recessive gene is going to express itself? So that means, now let's say this is a recessive gene. Okay, so recessive gene will express only when it is in a homozygous condition. Okay, so heterozygous condition is this one. So in heterozygous condition, this is not expressing itself. Okay, so only in a homozygous condition it is expressing, so that is this one. So we can go with this option, because in heterozygous condition what happens, so there is one dominant allele, so this is going to dominate, that means this is going to express itself, the other one is not expressed. Okay, so that means this we call as a dominant one, this is called as a recessive one, because this is not expressing. So in that case, this is, you know, in heterozygous condition there is no expression, only in a homozygous condition there is a expression. Okay, so who among the following is called as the father of genetics? Yes, anybody who is called as the father of genetics? No idea. Okay, so we mention a father of genetics, so that is for a Mendel. Okay, so Mendel is the one who started with studying, you know, studying a pea plant. So he studied the pea plant, like, you know, he was performing experiments on pea plant. Okay, so that is nearly for 7 years. So 7 years he conducted the experiments, and genes, there was no genes actually, like there was no discovery about the genes, so he called the genes as a factor. Okay, so he called these as a factors. So pea experiment, so pea is basically a garden pea. So for the name is, the scientific name is Pisum sativum. Okay, so this is the Pisum sativum is the name, and he was experimenting on a garden pea plant because it was an annual plant, so easy life cycle was there. So basically it was producing, like all the different contrasting character. So totally he took 7 contrasting characters for the study. So that means, like Mendel is the one who started studying about the pea plant. Okay, so what is a monohybrid cross? Any of you? Which one is a monohybrid cross? In which only one character of an allele is studied, in which both the characters of the allele are studied, in which all the characters of the alleles are studied, in which more than 2 characters are studied. Okay, so monohybrid cross, when we mention only one character of an allele is studied, like only one character will be discussing. So both the characters of allele are studied, like both the characters of the alleles, like so allele is there, so different traits are there, so we can go with the option B here. Okay, so in which all the characters are studied, so all the characters we are not going to discuss. So it is the both the characters we can study with respect to a allele. So now, which one of the following condition would lead to a birth of a normal human female child? Okay, so normal human female child, which is that? So now this is with respect to normal human female child. So this is with respect to following condition would lead to a birth. Okay, so who is taking a birth? Now we know 2 X chromosomes are there, only 1 Y chromosome is there, only 1 X chromosome is there, and 1 X and Y chromosome. Okay, so who is a female child here? So this is option D, X and Y. So this is for male. Okay, so they are asking about a female child. So this one, what you are saying, the D1, so that is X and Y, so that is for a male. Okay, and female, when we mentions 2 of the X chromosome that you can find, so there is X and X, so this is for a female, X and Y for a female, like male. So in that case, this is the correct answer. So in which of the following condition would lead to the birth of a normal human female child? So it is 2 X chromosome. All right, is that clear? Any doubt in this? Okay, so now next question is that if a color blind woman, so there is a color blind woman, so she is a color blind woman. All right, hi Coloring India, good evening. So you're coloring India, that's nice. All right, so now if a colorblind woman marries a normal visioned man, so normal visioned man is this one. Okay, so that means he is not having any color blindness, so he is completely normal. Okay, so normal visioned man you can find, so their son will be, so let's put up a Punnett square and see this XC and this is the XY. So you know that the X-linked inheritance is basically a crisscross inheritance. Okay, so this is a crisscross inheritance. That means if a mother is affected, okay, so if a mother is affected, so there is a sure thing that she is going to transfer her disease to the son. So let's have a look at this one now. So when a cross is done, okay, so you can see that XCX is there, XCX here, then you can see XCY and XCY. So both of her son, okay, so both the sons are color blind. So this is color blind, this is color blind. Now daughter is carrier. Okay, so this daughter is actually a carrier, the other daughter is also carrier. So now you can see that vision, so normal vision man there. So now sons will be, so they are asking only about the son. Okay, so in that case all of them are colorblind. So normal vision is given, one half is colorblind, the other half is normal, so 3/4 are colorblind. So now they are asking only about the sun, so it is all of them are colorblind. So sun is colorblind, sun is colorblind. Okay, so they are not asking about a female here, so they are asking about the male. So that means now this child, like the son who is there, so he is going to be colorblind because the mother is affected. All right. Okay, so just a second. All right, so let's have a look at the other one. So the recessive gene is one that expresses itself. So when is the recessive gene expressing itself? So that is expressing only in a homozygous condition. So this is a repeated one. So genetics is study of what? So genetics is study of cells. So it is a transmission of characters. Genetics is study of tissue, and genetics is transmission of, or origin. So out of all this, transmission of character you can find. So it is a transmission of character. So genetics is basically from one generation to the next generation, the transmission of character is occurring. So it is a transmission of characters. Okay, so before I end this session, okay, so let me just say certain features that are there and also the batches that we are running. All right, so just let's see this. So now for class 10, so there is IPL, so that is ICSE Premier League. So start date is 6th of May and it is till 31st of May. So you can you all can join for these sessions where we'll mainly we'll be discussing 3 marks question as well as 5 mark questions here. Okay, so if you are planning for the subscription, so you can also go with the subscription because we have a batch. So Gladiators batch, the start date is May 4th, where you have an option to watch the recordings of the sessions. Okay, and many more sessions which are yet to go live, so you can attend the live sessions as well. So now Titans batch, it started on May 11th. So hardly like 2 or 3 classes, like 2 classes might be done. So there also you have an option to watch the recording and many more classes which are yet to go live. So here the mode of delivery is English. So in all these cases, so if you are subscribing for class 10, so you will be getting class 11 to 12 subscription absolutely free. Okay, so there is a price hike that is gonna occur. So this is the best time that you can go for the subscription and you can use my code. So the code is VANIYT. So this is the code VANIYT. So with this referral code you will be getting 10% discount on the subscription. So since the prices are low right now, and also this is the best time because this is the very beginning of your class 10, so you can go for the subscription now itself as there is a rise in price. So you can use this code VANIYT to get 10% discount on the subscription. So we also have a community, so never miss on any update from the Educator. Then get session notes and practice material. Okay, then share your feedback directly with the Educator via poll. Then how you can watch the special classes. All you need to do is download the Unacademy Learner app, open the app and click on get started. Then you can enter your mobile number and OTP. So sign up using your email ID. Okay, so once you do that, you can select class 6 to 12. Then you can select your class. So there is, you can go for the ICSE category there. All right, then you can select your preferred language. Go to the description of this video and click on the special class link. Then you can click on notify me to get notified 10 minutes before the class. And you can also use my code VANIYT to unlock many of the free products that are there on Unacademy, or also to get a 10% discount on the subscription. Okay, so thank you all. So see you all in the next session. So subscribe to our channel, that is Unacademy ICSE, and ISE boards. So click on bell icon to get notified about the classes. Like and share the video and download the Unacademy Learners app. This PDF you can find on my Telegram group, so you can join the Telegram, and if you need this PDF, so you can just ping me. I'll be sending the PDF there. Okay, all right, so see you all in the next session. Bye bye everyone. Thank you so much. Take care.